Okay, so I gotta see how I'm gonna talk about this. Um, so you know the biblical story about Samuel, right? Samuel, um, just briefly, King Samuel had a situation where two women came to him and they had this baby, right? And they both were claiming that the child was theirs, and both were like, the story was like sounding so real. So, Samuel was like, man. And so, in all wisdom, wisdom said, hey, cut the baby in half. He told his guard, and cut the baby in half and give each of them a piece. And so, of course, the natural mama, the real mama, you know, her soul, her spirit, her everything rang out, screaming, she can have, she can have them, she can have them, let her have them, save the child, save my baby. And of course, the mama who lying, just sat there with nothing because she don't even know how to act, right? So, King James, Samuel, of course, gave the real mama her baby. Um, that story comes about for some reason. It just, I don't know, it's on my heart when it comes to women, um, and their our relationships with one another. Um, you know, we've fallen for this story that there are not enough men, not enough good men. That's so when we tell that story to ourselves. And I meet a good man probably every day, truly. I mean, it's beautiful, beautiful men in this world. I'm single. Um, Working through some things. I'm getting there, though. I'm getting there. I love companionship. I really do. I love partnership. And I know that there's going to need to be some compromise on my part because I'm also, single minded. I love my space, but, like a friend of mine once said, space is really good, but, don't let it block your blessing. So I'm working on that. There's some things that I know I want in, my man. And I've said it before, I believe my man is already created. He's already, ordained for us to come together. We get it right. But, I gotta be that thing. So there's some areas that I'm working on. But, we get into this thing, and I think most of our problems. I don't see us really fighting over anything else. We love a sister that's you know taking care of herself. She's an inspiration. She is truly an inspiration, right? Um, I know she's an inspiration to me, and I'm gonna tell her just how beautiful and amazing she is, and that's how we should be. Telling one another, giving up the love. But the man thing and the man drama, and especially if you saw it in your upbringing, it creates some really crazy situations between women. Now, the women in my family were so locked in and locked down. My mama's relationship with sisters, it was so solid. I mean, it was so real and righteous is what I hear. Not religious, righteous. I mean, it was women loved my mama. My mama loved women, and you know it's like my relationships with women. Most of the women will tell you that if they don't tell you this, it's because they don't know me, and they're caught up into the woman drama that you know especially in my 20s. 20s is like 20. So Jill's so beautiful, oh my God. But I'm not worried about her with my man. I'm worried about my man with her. You know, that kind of thing. But you know, they knew I could sleep in the bed with their man and wasn't nothing going down because my loyalty to my sisterhood. And it was women, period. You know, I didn't want to be jank with women. I wanted to respect, you know, space and that sort of thing. Um, but, you know, lately, you know, we knew it was coming with the whole reality TV, and I don't even like to call it reality TV, it's garbage. And so, you know, girls, of course, our young girls are picking up and being raised, you know, on that stuff. And it's been several years now coming, and some of them now even have children, of course. So they're raising, you know, babies on that garbage and that whole way. And, you know, like I had an incident at 50, and I was really surprised because I hadn't seen anything like it in like 30 years. I met this guy that I actually admired, you know, and so I was really, really shocked that he had it in his life. You know, I was very shocked. And so I think that for my lesson, you know, I know better. You know, I'm like, what the heck? You know, I should have been there 2 seconds because it started coming quickly. Wasn't There were no roots in our connection or anything. It was just all of this stuff coming. But I think I was standing there looking like, you know, like in shock. I was really in shock, and I was trying to figure out what is this, you know. And God told me to that it's all going to be exposed. It's really all going to show itself and reveal itself. And you know, I'm trying to figure it out, and I have these suspicions and, you know, that sort of thing. And I did a move that I shouldn't have done. I blocked a couple of women that I suspected, and you know, God told me it's going to be there and it's going to be exposed. And you know, the person blames you for, you know, it's, you know, all of that woman drama behind a man. But I was getting these text messages and emails and phone call, late night phone calls, and this guy had an on again, off again relationship. And so, you know, it was like it was her, but I don't even think she knew about half of the stuff. And you know, there it was just a lot going on, a lot of it. And I think, you know, I don't even think it was just me, but you know, the dude has to deal with the dude thing. You know, that's his drama. I should have been gone. But in terms of women, I mean, you 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 you're not the woman. You're not you know, even ready to be that, if that is what you need to do to get the man. You know, if it's going after other women and attacking other women. You know, even Woman to Woman, the song Barbara and Shirley back in the day, it was class. It was a class act. You got a conversation that you need to have with a woman. You gonna have a womanly conversation, and that's it, and that's all. It's gonna be, this is how it is, and this is, and you know, questions or maybe not, but I all of my stuff was coming anonymously. And you know, anytime I was with this guy, the phone was ringing all night. You know, just crazy, crazy stuff. And I'm not a kid. That's why I was shocked. And there weren't any young girls around. These were these were grandma women doing this. These women who could be grandmothers. And I'm telling you, we got to do better. We got to do better. And, you know, especially when you got daughters, you know, and, you know, to me, it's like I said, it's a whole lot of beautiful men. And, you know, the real dude, you know, that kind of drama for me, even if there was a connection, that wasn't the time. You know, if God has set me up with a man that has that kind of drama in his life, he's not with me. We're not together. I'm single. You know, and I know I got some stuff in my life that, you know, I know that I want my guy, my man, to be better with. So he would be sitting there looking at me going, that, you know, like, she not ready for me, you know, that kind of thing. So, I should have been, you know, gone and long gone and out the way, but I did kind of sit around looking at that thing for trying to just figure it out. Um, God said it would show itself, you know, because it would be one standing, and you'll see exactly who it is. I mean, she ain't gonna like you a little bit, and you know, the trippy part for me was not only was it the experience that somebody was coming up against me, I didn't do nothing, but then I was slandered, and you know, I was blamed. I'm like, I'm just kind of dating this guy. What is, I mean, you know, not, what is all of this? But it was everything that I don't watch TV at all. I don't watch TV. But I remember many years before I stopped, it was like when Reality Wives or whatever they're called, when the first season of that. And so I can identify, you know, I knew that that's what that behavior was. Um, I'm like, oh man, they got reality TV. They doing this reality TV stuff for real in these relationships. Come on, y'all. Come on. Back to Samuel. I mean, the real dude, that dude, you're either gonna, I mean, if that's what he does and you cool with it, then you're just cool with it. But if he's doing something that you're not cool with, don't attack women. It's not the woman's fault. You know, it's not sisters, you know, to be attacking sisters and doing things like that. It's just not that. And if you do feel like, you know, there's communication, the crazy thing is if he ain't married to nobody and everybody acting like a wife, because wife, you know, she's not gonna do that. But she's allowed to get on the phone and do what she want to do behind her husband. That's her husband. Um, but you know, not. I hope she's not sending text messages and emails and hanging up the phone and, you know, doing that kind of stuff. That's real crazy. But you know, we gotta get better and deal with our pains and our hurts, and you know, not attack one another behind it. You know, that's high school. That's the way you do in high school. And I know why. It's because, you know, we got these hurts we haven't dealt with. So it's how we, you know, are responding and reacting, and we're taking it out on one another. The other side of it, falling for the drama of there's not enough men out there, that women are fighting over the place. No. It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful men. Beautiful men. You know, there's some amazing, beautiful, beautiful men in this world. Yeah, it really is. So, you know, get yourself ready. We got to get ourselves ready for that thing. But, you know, fighting one another. And then my other thing that I want to say, and this is for real. If you do, if that is the way that you know, get down, then you gotta own it. You can't do those things and then, you know, slander and blame other women, you know, or even if you get a response that you don't like, for something that you're doing crazy behind a dude. You know, you gotta own it. You gotta own it. That's all I say, you know. Um, but we gotta get better, you know, help one another raise these babies, these grandbabies, you know. Get in these, some of us need to get in these schools because we you know, we got the information, the knowledge, we can communicate, we know how to connect with folks, and I'm talking about, when I say get in these schools, I'm really talking to my community, because if you look at the statistics, you know, African American black children are struggling, man. They're suffering in these schools, and they don't have, you know, the support and folks to advocate on their behalf. And you know, there's people who don't understand them one bit coming in and teaching them, and our kids aren't learning. So you know, that's a problem. Um, you know, it's so much and so much more that we need to be um, connected with, and about. And you know, I figure I try my best to, when there's a problem, you know, have the conversation. And you know, some of us, our personalities aren't gonna mesh right. That's cool. We're not trying to be best of bestest, but let's not be ugly. Let's not be, you know, crazy with one another, because we done bought into some crazy lies. Whether it's a crazy lie about a relationship that ain't for you, or it's not acting or behaving the way you need it to be. Don't take it out on women, or this crazy stuff that we don't like one another, or this crazy conversation that it's not enough men in the world. You might have to move out of your city, maybe your state, certainly your neighborhood. But it's some fantastic, amazing men out there. But sometimes it just it's time for us to have the relationship first with ourselves. Okay, so again, this is a site for edification and helping, and not necessarily teaching, but learning. We're all learning, and I just had that on my heart. So yeah, let's be real women, like the real mama. Let's be real women. All right. Be well. Be love. Peace.